Welcome back to the Lane One Show. What's going on over there?
Not much. Still the same old busy outfit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. What are you guys operating at now? Are you still like super low capacity, or is that starting to loosen up a little bit?
I'm hearing that it might loosen up a bit more in these coming weeks, so
Boom.
please.
All right, excellent. Good to hear. If you're out there, go get you some Outback. Also, go get some Chili's. I don't know where we're at right now on the capacity because I'm not there. But either way,
Even better. Outback fed the MSU guys basketball team before their win over Michigan, so
ooh, I might actually have to concede on that
I
one.
have to go to Outback.
The Outback might be fuel. Maybe Penske switches his sponsorship at some point. Let's talk about that though. I don't know who saw that coming. Big win for the Spartans over the boys in blue.
That was wild.
That was insane. Obviously, I was going nuts over that. It was just a consistent lead the entire game. It seemed like.
Yeah, it was a really good game. I mean, it was a really big comeback after the previous Michigan game. I mean, even though playing Michigan at home is, no easy task.
Even without fans, just being in Chrysler that's just tough.
It is.
But yeah, big win for the boys. Big win.
Yeah,
Massive.
yeah.
So I don't know. I depending on what happens in the Big Ten tournament, I think there's a good chance Sparty just played themselves into a tournament appearance. I mean, you got
Definitely.
3 top 5 wins, which no one else has more than one. It's got to be worth something. You got to think.
Exactly.
So we'll see. Obviously, if they get torched in the first round, maybe not so much. But if they win the first round, I think it's against like Maryland. It's a rematch, Michigan again. So that'd be like 3 times in a week. That'd be insane.
Jeez.
That'd be wild. March Madness. We've been starved.
We really have.
It's about to go down though. It's gonna be twice as great.
It really is.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Big weekend in the running world. We got NCAA's coming up. Track and cross country nationals are going down, coming right up here. What are you looking forward to there for both of those?
Honestly, it's gonna be crazy to see some of the athletes competing in both.
Oh, I can't even imagine. I mean,
You hear about someone trying to keep up a national title indoors, but they're also trying to, keep up their All-American rating in cross country. It's a tall task.
it's quite the situation. I've never seen anything like it. Where's the cross one going to be at? I know track's in Arkansas. Where are they running cross country?
I'm not sure.
Let's find that out. They should do it in like New York or something. Wouldn't that just be awesome?
That would be awesome.
Be tough though. That'd just be tough.
But yeah, that's gonna be a wild weekend.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Cooper Tier in the 50 or the mile indoors is gonna be something to watch. I think his seat time is like 5 seconds faster than the next fastest guy. That Oregon DMR too is also looking to kick some serious butt. So we'll see how that goes.
They already set the world record in the DMR?
Yeah, that might not be close. That race.
No.
There's a very good chance that is just an absolute whooping.
I mean, if they put it close, they obviously put in backup runners to save Cooper Tier for the mile to see what he could do, or
which is possible.
Maybe Cooper Tier decides he wants to also go for cross country too, because why not?
Yeah, he's got the option. Men's 4x4 also is going to be something to watch. I think like the first 4 or 5 seat times are all like 3:04. They're all just boom, boom, boom. You got Matthew Bowling running for Georgia. It's going to be a hell of a race. To me, favorite event in all track, 4x4.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
even
in college.
The women's 4x4. Women's 4x4 is about to be massive. You had Texas A&M break the collegiate record earlier this season.
Oh, yeah, he did. These girls can move.
A thing move? She's somebody to watch.
She just broke the U20 800 record. I forget the time she ran, but it was humdinging. She can fly.
For anybody who hasn't seen that race, you got to watch her.
It's a must-see. It really is.
Oh, she's so smooth. It doesn't even look like she's trying that hard, and she just crushes.
It's ridiculous. I remember when she was in high school. I was like a sophomore, and we're looking at her times. And I don't know if she's like a grade above me or whatever, but I mean, it was just you just knew this was coming.
Well, I mean, she was running on the national or like international level in high school.
Yeah, it's almost like a Caitlin Tui type of thing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she's something else,
Insanely.
man. Something else. Imagine being on her team as a boy in high school. You guys know how heartbreaking that would be? Just an animal.
Yeah, unless you're like a nationally ranked like guy, you're gonna feel bad about yourself. Like,
Yeah, if you're like us, um, you might just quit track. I don't know. That'd be tough.
I mean, it'd be great to have somebody always cheer on in like the 800, 400 though. Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What's going on? That's true. Yeah, I mean, we had some fast rolls, but I can't even imagine having that on your team.
that's insane. Yeah, she's somebody to watch for this upcoming Olympic trials.
Oh, she sure is. She
I'll
sure
tell
is.
you.
I mean, it's hard to believe for me watching her like almost my same grade in high school, and now like a few years later, she's gonna be the Olympic trials.
Yeah,
It's it's like when we watch football games, like college football games, and we're like, yeah, those dudes are our age. Those 6'4", 230 dudes are our age. It's just, I don't know. It's just
yeah,
tough.
it's crazy.
It's just tough. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch.
But yeah, great weekend.
Massive weekend. I mean, there's not gonna be another weekend like this in running. In I don't know when you got NCAA track and cross country with so many just massive events coming up. It's if you don't tune in, you're crazy because it's gonna be wild.
It's basically the Olympic running of college sports.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
equivalent of it.
I mean, that's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Ah,
Anyway,
yeah.
we got some. We open it up on Instagram as we do sometimes. You guys ask for questions, so we're gonna answer some of those with the Jack Babies and Eddie Van Halen in our presence. First one is wanting a shout out for Hunter Hillard. Apparently, it's his birthday. Hell yeah!
Happy birthday, bro.
You're the king. Happy birthday. Hope you have a good day, dude. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, never met him. Hope he has a good birthday.
You probably had a great day, let's be honest.
He definitely had a great day. Are you kidding me? Getting a shout out from us.
Oh yeah.
Automatic championship day. And then the next one, we actually want to talk a little bit about this. I've been looking forward to this discussion. Is talking about what's your stance on not only high schoolers but some other athletes too, using some of the super shoes they call them, like the Vaporflies and the Viperflies and stuff like that. We've been waiting to talk about this for a long time. What do you think about that?
So, I've been waiting to hear somewhat of what the pro athletes say because there's a interview with Mason Fairlick, former U of M runner, who's now turned pro.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think it affects as much in high school because everybody's around the same level, so the shoes aren't gonna like make you insane, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But when you're at that next level and you're running those like breaking edge times, it's definitely a major advantage. Mason Fairlick, he's engineering from what I've heard. And he was even saying, in a 5,000, it could be as much as 10 seconds faster from what he's saying, which is
That's,
using those shoes. It
that's
can
just
make a big difference. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some companies were some stores were shelving the shoes because they said it was going to obliterate Usain Bolt's 100 and 200 records. And I guess what it comes down to is at some point you have to draw the line because technology is always improving. I mean, years ago people didn't wear shoes, and then shoes were invented, and I'm sure that doubled everyone's times or made them all faster. I mean, going from dirt tracks to paved tracks, technology is always going to be advancing. And I guess where do you draw the line on how much is too much, how much technological assistance is too much to keep the integrity of the sport? And I guess a lot of people are thinking that this is too much, that this isn't all the athlete doing it themselves. What do you think about that?
So a lot of people have compared it to like, oh, pole vault team went from like bamboo and stuff to these flexible poles.
Yeah.
And also like adding like padding for like high jump and for pole vault as well. And also, like you said, the changing of the tracks from like cinder and dirt
Yeah,
to now paved. But a lot of those were just for the safety of the runner and to make like a consistent condition for races.
that's
Because you
true.
run on those cinder tracks, it's changing day to day. Like it rains, that's a completely different track.
That's a good point.
And like pole vaulting, like they needed pads. Let's be honest.
Yeah, pole vault without pads, that'd be tough.
I
I
mean,
think
even
we might
bamboo
have less pole
poles,
vaulters, less
like
alive
bamboo
pole
poles.
vaulters.
Yeah, it's true. And like bamboo poles, they snap. Like that's worse than a carbon fiber pole snapping on you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like that thing shatters.
You're done. Gone.
But yeah, I don't know if you've seen a picture of the viper flies. I'm sure you have because
Yeah,
they've
it's
been
like it has
circulating
that like
around
that thing coming down on the bottom.
the fang, as it's from what
Okay,
I've heard it's called.
that looks free.
And
Looks sweet though.
like, that looks ridiculous.
It looks like it just takes so long to get used to. Actually, run on that thing.
I mean, yeah, but apparently it acts like a second spring, from what I've heard.
I mean, it looks because it's not connected at the like under the arch. It's just like a loop, so it'd be just like a trampoline almost.
Oh yeah.
So you
So I
can just
mean,
fly.
yeah, it's gonna take a while to get used to, but if you're already training at that level where you're running sub 10 100s, like what could you run with those shoes?
Yeah, and I guess what makes it different from some of the other super shoes that Nike's made, like I don't remember what they were called, but there was a shoe where it basically improved your running economy. So it wouldn't really help you sprint faster, but it would make you each try to be more efficient, so you'd get less tired over time. So your 10K time would be a lot faster, but your
Yeah.
200 wouldn't necessarily be. So this is actually improving your human foot speed. So that's a lot different, and I think more towards potentially going a little too far with the technology. But again, who says where do you draw that line? I guess that's the dilemma here.
Yeah, because I mean, you look at what was it? I think it was the 1960 Olympics or 1964. A guy won the marathon without shoes.
Yeah, he's
Like,
just a stud.
I mean, even at those times, shoes were advancing, but it was a lot for just comfort. That's all it was. Because even up through like the early 2000s, shoes for longer distances were just made for comfort, so you're not feeling trash at the end of the race.
Right, right.
So that was the only advantage was your feet weren't covered in blisters after like
Yeah,
a 10K through a marathon. But yeah,
yeah,
even with the running economy being like boosted, at what level do you say it's too much return of energy?
yeah. At what
Because like,
point is it too much like, riding a bike or something?
yeah, at what point does it
And that's
become?
still a human exerting effort, but it's not though. Like where you have to draw the line between,
Yeah, when is it
technology and system,
skill?
your pure human ability.
Exactly. When is it pure human ability? That's perfectly said.
Is I think that the a lot of the draw to track and cross country as when running as a whole as a sport is the primitive aspect of it and the fact that it's so close to natural humans than a lot of other sports. It's primitive, and I think this is going to take away from some of that. And I think a lot of purists are going to have a big problem with that. And I am kind of a purist, so like I wish we still had yard tracks. So I don't. Yeah. So I
No,
don't know. I don't know.
it really only benefits the people that can afford the shoe at the
Yeah.
end of
How
the day.
much one of those go for? I was going to ask that. I
Oh,
haven't
they
looked.
are expensive. They're not cheap. They're $200+ pair of shoes from last time I checked. I
It's a
can
lot of
pull
money
up
for a lot of money for a shoe.
the numbers for you because I can just pull up what was it, the vapor flies, whatever they called. Like I know those ones are old.
Yeah, and then the Viper's the one with the fang.
Yeah,
Thank
the vapor
you.
flies are $250.
So what are the Vipers in that? Because those are a little newer.
So the viper flies, I've heard. A lot of it is hearsay on what you can hear for prices. Obviously they're
Yeah,
gonna fluctuate or whatnot.
yeah, definitely.
I always, and obviously they're not on the. You can't find them on like an open market because they're pretty hush hush behind the scenes in Nike.
Yeah,
I mean, I heard something as much as like $500, but I don't quote me on it. But $500 for a pair of shoes. Again, just what I heard, but that's a lot of money. Like,
because that's the other thing I was going to talk about is, um, and we've been talking about, you know, being a purist and getting away from human ability, but if it's consistent across the board, and if everyone's wearing these things, then it's really not an issue of fairness. There's no harm, no foul. If everyone, but if it's a $500 pair of shoes, then now we're talking something different. Where I guess at the pro level, everyone would have them if it was legal. Not at the high school level though. I know that for a fact. Not even at the college level. I mean, I got to buy my own shoes, so it'd be an interesting aspect of it there with that price tag.
Well, even with, the pros being sponsored and stuff, what if you're sponsored for that wrong company? Or if you're not sponsored by Nike, you're sponsored by like Adidas
Or
or New
Chili's.
Balance or Brooks. Like that hurts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So
something to think about. There's a lot of factors here.
I mean, this was even the whole sponsorship thing was big under Nick Simmons when he couldn't run at a world championships because he wanted to support his Brooks sponsor, but Team USA is Nike. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna have controversies.
That seems like kind of a circus. The whole
Yeah,
game.
yeah. I kind of miss the whole like purist running of or the purism of running, where it wasn't as much of a circuit or like a circus, not circus with
Yeah, it was less commercialized, you know.
like obviously, some of the runners are going to be underpaid, which really sucks, and that needs to get boosted up for pros because they put a lot in.
Oh yeah,
Like they're putting a lot through their bodies.
yeah. I mean, it's your whole life right there.
Exactly.
All you're doing.
It's not like a once a day thing; it's an all day thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Dude,
but yeah, I don't know. I don't exactly like this whole next generation of these high performance shoes per se. That's
so
a
if we're going
personal take.
final opinion here, you're saying no on the Viper flies.
I'm saying no, but I'm saying you'd be dumb not to wear them if your competition was wearing them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like if your competition's wearing them, use it.
Yeah,
But
you're stupid. If it's legal, it's legal. You know.
I'm saying it's gonna be an unfair playing field until everybody's wearing, the exact same shoes with the exact same technology.
Yeah, and at that point, it just becomes an issue of are we getting away from the sports roots? You know, I'm not.
Exactly.
I don't think anyone's saying that we need to go back to, the days where pros can compete in the Olympics and everyone was an amateur running for, dirt cheap. But at some point, I think we got to stick to the roots of the sport and what makes it attractive to people.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm sure there's people who would be more attracted to it with more technological advances, though.
Yeah, because I've heard a few people have said they've even liked the new pacing lights to
Yeah.
understand what's really going on pace wise. Because
Yeah.
if you're not a runner, you're just getting into the sport. You're not going to understand what pace they're running or what that looks like speed wise on the track.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they haven't ran 400 repeats or
Yeah.
anything like that. So
I think that's a good point, though. I think it would cause a shift in the audience of track because it would shift from runners to non-runners, basically. Like, which could be a good or a bad thing. I don't necessarily think it's a great thing. Um, but all these things we're saying are people that our owners would like, and the purists maybe wouldn't. So it's going to be an interesting thing to watch if we see a shift in the trend of who watches the sport.
yeah, for sure. For
I
sure.
mean, running really is a sport that is watched by runners. You don't see a whole lot of. I mean, you see football games is watched by everybody, but not a lot of non-runners are going to have a track meet on TV just randomly.
Exactly. Because how many times do you talk to a non-runner and you're like, yeah, was watching track and field last night, or was watching cross country championships, and they're like,
They're like,
you
huh?
watch running? Like, you
They're like,
sit
that's
down and watch some
sad.
running? And they're like, yeah, I do. I watch the whole thing.
Can't look away.
No, people think you're crazy.
Maybe we are.
Oh, we are.
There's a yeah, 100%.
That's a different topic, though.
It might not be up for debate.
But yeah, let us know down below or on social media what you guys think of the whole next generation of super shoes, as they're kind of called.
Yeah, if you have an opinion, let us know. I think a lot of people are kind of on the fence because we've never seen something like this, at least that we can relate it to right now, before. So no one really knows the morals or what's going to happen here. But yeah, if you had an idea of what you think about this, let us know. We'd like to hear it. 'Cause we got our own ideas, but we'd like to hear yours. Um,
Yeah,
so we go on with the questions here. I mean, of course, we got the wise Case left-handed from. You know, you might as well just answer this honestly because otherwise, Pettibird's just not going to stop.
because I was born this way.
Boom.
Boom, done.
I know he thinks there has to be more, but Pettibird, I'm
There's
sure that's really all there is to it.
really not.
And then this next one is just tough. If it says if infinite monkeys were typing on a typewriter for an infinite amount of time, would they eventually write Hamlet?
Scientists have said this is possible, just by sheer odds. I don't know if it was scientists or statistics people, but somebody said it.
Honestly, when I first saw this question, I wanted to jump out the window, but then I thought about it, and I think 100% yes, because it's infinity.
Exactly.
I mean, in statistics, we have the law of large numbers, right? Which says that as the population increases, the distribution curve gets closer to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Which basically is the same concept as if you flip a coin an infinite amount of times, eventually it's going to be half and half.
Exactly.
And I think that concept applies here, where if monkeys are just going forever, eventually they're going to evolve to be humans, maybe, right? And then humans are a Hamlet. I mean,
Well,
it's
I mean,
infinity we're
not
talking
even
about.
that. Let's say, they keep their monkey forms and don't evolve
Okay.
like some monkeys nowadays. At some point, just from sheer luck of hitting, keys and stuff, it's going to work.
If
At
they do
some
it
point.
forever, eventually every possible combination of keys will be hit.
Exactly.
And all Hamlet is a combination of keys.
So they won't just write Hamlet, they'll have written every book ever made
Yeah.
at
I
some
mean,
point.
really, it wouldn't even have to be infinite monkeys. It would just be one monkey. As long as there's an infinite amount of time, I think you're good. You're getting Hamlet.
Exactly.
Infinite monkeys would definitely speed it up. But if there's infinite monkeys, would one of those monkeys write Hamlet on the first day?
Potentially.
Yeah, because if there's infinite, there's a
Maybe
good
first
chance
try.
that every monkey is gonna write every single combination right that moment.
Exactly.
So that's just a lot of words. It's a lot of Hamlet.
Heck, there's even the odds that they could all write Hamlet on the first try.
Yeah,
It'll be
that's
infinite Hamlet written by infinite monkeys.
makes you think.
If you want to do the stats behind that, have fun.
Hit us up. We'll have a Hamlet special. We still got to get our voodoo special. That hasn't happened yet.
Someday.
One day. One day. Before we get to the next one here, let me just send our guest the invite real quick. That was a tough question.
So, how's your training been going?
Really good. We got our next inter squad meet this Saturday.
Nice.
I didn't run at the first one because I was still kind of jacked up in my hip.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be cool. Heading down to Miami, Ohio on the 19th for the meet on the 20th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long bus ride though. It's almost like Kentucky, so it's gonna be like 9 hours.
Ugh.
But that's the way she goes. So I'm pumped. It's gonna be, I think it was like 420 some days since I last raced, so that'll be pretty sweet. But
Yeah, look forward to seeing how you do during your results.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, I just can't wait. It's gonna be a good time.
Hey, don't false start though. My sister did that once on the first meet of the season. Just
Oh my gosh.
fell over the line because the starter waited too long. Like literally just, yeah.
Man, I don't really lean that far over, so I'll probably be all right. But I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, if the starter's taking like 20 seconds to shoot the gun, just
I might never hear the end of that if I false start on my first race.
Yeah, your first race in
I think
400
I
and
might
some
just
odd
quit the
days.
team. I mean, at a certain point, that's you got to make decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be a fun time. Should have some decent weather. It's actually I can see a little bit of grass in the snow
Wow.
right now. Yeah, we still have a few inches of snow, and we have our 20-foot tall mounds just
Mhm.
chilling in the parking lots. But grass is happening a little bit, so that's cool.
Wow. How hot is it up there?
It got up to 48 today. I know it's like 60 down by you guys or something like
Yeah,
that,
it's so nice. So nice.
but it last week it was 10, so 48 felt pretty nice.
Oh gosh.
I will say that.
That sounds horrible.
Anyway, we got one more question to get to here. It says if your blood got replaced with orange juice for 1 hour, what would you do?
I would immediately die.
I would too. Because here's the thing, you can't live if you don't have blood.
Exactly. Done.
You thought that question was going to take so long. It took 2 seconds. You got to up your game, Troy. Come on.
Really, come on, Troy.
Come on. That's all you got. Anyhow.
But I mean, if you could survive, then I'd just, accidentally get a paper cut on my finger, and I'll just drink orange juice all day.
That'd be a sweet way to go.
Exactly. Infinite orange juice.
Probably freaks people out, though.
Oh yeah, you're squirting orange juice.
In your blood.
Imagine doing that in like high school. You're just like, oh man, I'm thirsty. You just like a needle, and you're starting to squirt it into a cup.
Everyone's like, first of all, what the hell? Second of all, why is your blood orange?
Why does it taste like orange juice?
You'd be a legend.
Oh, you would.
Anyway, let's bring our guest in here because he's in the waiting room. Ladies and gentlemen, from Sports Creek High School, and now he runs at Olivet College, Cameron Smith. There he is. What's going on, dude?
Nice.
Hey, how are you guys?
Doing all right. How about you?
Doing pretty good.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. I know I texted you like 2 o'clock today. So that was pretty cool. You had to just hop on with a couple hours of notice.
What can I say?
Boom. Legend. Anyway, man, tell us a little bit about
please.
yourself. I don't think we've ever met before.
Yeah, I'm Cameron Smith. I graduated last year in 2020. I run for Olivet College now. I ran for Swartz Creek High School,
Okay.
pretty close to Flint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're from Parrish. That's pretty close to Swartz Creek. At least close enough to know.
Oh, yeah, you're not too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. What division were you guys in high school then? Were you like D2?
No, we were D1.
Oh, okay. So you're going with the
We were one of those sleeper D1s that shouldn't have been D1, but for whatever reason we were.
You were. Okay.
Typical red and white D1 school. It's not good at sports.
Nice. Well, anyway, man, how's your training been going? It looks like you've been coming back from a little bit of an injury. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I got COVID on February 18th.
Okay.
Pretty decent case of the vid. Yeah, so today was my first run in about 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
How you doing with that? You starting to get did you lose your taste and smell and stuff like that, or how'd that go?
Lost my sense of smell a little bit. It's just different. It's just not the same as it was. But I can taste things all right. Thankful for that. That was one of the things I was worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a slow process getting back to it, but
yeah,
just one of those things.
Getting better. Always good to hear. So, how was your transition from high school to college during this whole COVID period? Because that'd be crazy.
Yeah. I was pretty bummed when my senior track season got canceled, so I had a bit of a chip on my shoulder. So I just bumped my mileage and did some crazy workouts, and then my college coach pulled the plug on me, had me rest up, and then I had a pretty long and really consistent build up for a cross season, and I had some crazy breakout performances. One of the nice things about not racing so often, is you get to really prepare for your next race, and you really get to take away from any lessons you learned in your previous races, and you get to stay hungry all season.
Yeah.
So we didn't race very often, but when we did, it was easy to be turned on the whole time.
Yeah.
So take us kind of through your running story. How'd you get into running, and what are some of the things that have happened along the way to get you to where you're at now?
All right. Let's see. Summer of 7th grade, I was at my friend's house. He ran track for Lake Fenton at the time. And he said, I bet you can't beat me around the block. And I said, okay, bet. And long story short, I beat him.
Oh,
And I was like, you know what? I'll go out for cross country.
nice.
8th grade year, went out for cross country, ran slow as dirt. I was a little bit of a late bloomer. I ran like 16 minutes for a 2 mile or something in 8th grade. And then made massive jumps my freshman year of high school. I ended up breaking 5 in the mile after running 19 minutes in cross. And then sophomore year, I ran like 16:40 and dropped like 3 minutes off my 5K. And then kind of since then, it's been a little bit more gradual progression. This past fall, I time trialed a 5K in 15:47. But
Nice.
yeah, I learned pretty early on I was a high mileage guy. And that's just where I'm at.
Nice.
So, between your high school and college teams, do you guys have any like team traditions that you really hold on to?
In high school, it was always pasta dinners. We would have big team dinners, and we would always, for states and regionals every year, we would meet to run as a team at 5 in the morning on our track with glow sticks. That was kind of our thing, kind of a fun end of the season kind of thing for everyone. In college, not really.
Yeah. Anyway, what are you majoring in college, or are you majoring in something yet? Are you kind of just taking classes right now, or where are you at there?
I'm an exercise science major.
Nice. You looking into some kind of physical therapy or some kind of stuff like that once you get out?
Yeah, I think I'm looking at PT right now as the route I'm taking. So we'll kind of see at the end of the day when I graduate if I want to pursue a graduate degree in PT or stay as a PT tech or change it to kinesiology. We'll see.
Yeah, it'd be cool to be still, around athletes, around sports like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you have any or a favorite memory from your running career so far?
From my running career so far. I've got a couple of them. 3 of them actually.
Nice.
One of the most fun memories I have over this quarantine period, I went out to Seven Lakes State Park with a couple of my buddies, Ben Oles and Ryan Mellon. I wish Hunter Hillard could have been there, but he wasn't. And yeah, we ran 13 miles of trails, and that was the day that Doom Eternal came out. And Ryan hadn't slept for 48 hours, and he cranked 12 on trails. Ben fell 4 times in the first 2 miles, and I cranked the last mile trying to catch them in the car in like 5:20.
Man.
It was just one of those weird days. It was such a fun run. And then my second best memory from high school running is probably the day I broke 10 in the 3200. I was half a second off as a sophomore, and then like junior year, like I just wasn't racing well. But I got to my regional meet. I was seeded 7th, with a time of like 10:06 going in. I ended up running 9:54 and getting third in my region, which was pretty decent. Didn't make it to state, but that was still just a big, big moment for me because I was chasing that barrier for so long.
Yeah.
So that was a fond memory. And then I'd say a memory from cross this past season as a freshman in college. Either the first time I broke 16 was big because I didn't realize I had until about 2 seconds before I crossed the line, or my second 8K I ran where I split faster than my 5K PR in high school.
Jeez.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And realized that miles make you good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hunter Hillard, shout out. It's his birthday today.
Hunter Hillard. Shout out Hunter Hillard. Happy birthday.
There you go. There you go. It wasn't even you that put that on the Instagram either, so that's pretty crazy. So I guess
he's popular, you know.
He's just got all the fans.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All of them. Anyway, speaking of that, I think you were the one who asked about the voodoo dolls.
I did ask about the voodoo dolls.
Man.
This has been a topic of many a easy day run.
Okay. What are your thoughts on that? We've been trying to figure that out like for months now.
All right, so here's my thoughts on it. So, it depends on how big the voodoo doll is, but most voodoo dolls are typically between 6 and 11 inches in height.
All right.
So if this is sitting in the crux of the couch, I think you can survive. If it's sitting flat on the couch or whatever you're sitting on, it honestly depends on the way you sit on it. Personally, I think most people are a goner. Most people underestimate the power of your full body weight being on your chest. Like, not a lot of people like really realize.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
Like, even if you're a skinny guy like most of us are, like, you're just not getting up from that. Like, even if you're a pretty like skinny dude, 120 pounds sitting smack on your chest, you have no way of getting up, right? So like, it's on your whole body because you're bigger than the voodoo doll.
Right. Yeah, it's just dead weight.
Obviously. So the way it's distributed evenly across your body, because you're sitting on the entire voodoo doll. It's just dead weight. It's not like you can like move your arms around it to like move the weight off you.
Yeah.
It's not like you can like sit up because it's on your whole body. So I think there's no coming back from it, honestly. If you get pushed into the fold of the couch, though, like in between cushions, you might have a way of getting away from that pressure, almost like a crux. But personally, I think you're toast. But this is obviously a very controversial topic. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
Yeah, we've been talking about this a little bit. One of the theories we had was, I mean, you said that the mass would be larger than your body because you're bigger than the voodoo doll. So would that weight also be proportional? And then if you're 7 times bigger than the voodoo doll, you're going to have 7 times your own weight just chilling on top of your chest. And you're definitely a goner.
Yeah, there's just no chance coming back.
Either way, not something we'd recommend.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks.
Necessarily. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I don't mess around with voodoo. I know that's a little bit more popular down south. Down by the bayou. If you guys have ever seen The Princess and the Frog, you guys know what I'm talking about. I personally would just stay away from it at all costs if I were you. But to each your own. Pick your poison, I guess.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get someone who knows what they're doing with voodoo, and we'll have a voodoo special, and it'll be a party.
You'll have to have me back on when you find a voodoo expert. I would love to hear their thoughts.
That's massive news when that happens.
Groundbreaking.
Oh, yeah.
So when you were younger in your elementary school, did you have any crazy gym equipment like a rope to the ceiling or anything along those lines?
Yeah, we had an enormous inflatable pink ball that was about, I want to say 6 feet in diameter. It was taller than our gym teacher, and we had kids pop it like once every year. So it was like ridiculously patched. It was crazy. I don't know what we used it for. It was just one of those things that our gym teacher had and was like, hey, don't break this. But inevitably it got broken every year. We were also a parachute school. If you know, you know.
Big time. Parachute was some good times. What did it sound like when that thing popped if it was 6 feet in diameter?
It if you've ever been to a concert, it's like that ear ringing effect.
So it's like a gunshot basically going off in the gym.
Yeah, I mean, it was so loud.
Didn't have the rope though that you climb up and ring the bell.
No, we didn't have the rope hanging from the ceiling. No bell ringing.
Dang.
Yeah. So that proves your theory. It's just a small school thing.
It is just a small school thing.
We also asked everybody about, we both work at Chili's and Outback. What's your preference there? We've been trying to settle this. If you got to go to either Chili's or Outback, what are you picking?
I don't eat at Outback or Chili's very often.
Okay.
All right.
I'm more inclined to say Outback because if I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go to a steakhouse, then I'm gonna get a steak, right?
Yeah.
And they've got the flaming onion thing, right? That tower of, you guys do that?
Oh yeah. That's hard to beat.
Yeah, the bloomin' onion thing.
Yeah.
For that reason alone, I'm probably gonna have to go Outback. Also, like, no offense to you, maybe you're different, maybe you're built different, but like all the service I've ever gotten at Chili's has been poor.
Have you ever been to Okemos?
No, not to the Okemos.
You are built different, dude. The service is incredible. So come on over to Okemos. Look how flat that
I'll take your word for it. Might be by.
That is just like.
Oh yeah, this hat has had the crap beat out of it.
As all good hats have, by the way.
That's fair.
But there we go. Chalking up another one for Outback.
Oh, big win for Outback there. Big win.
Big one.
Big win for Outback for sure.
Massive win for Outback. Anyway, I guess that's about all we had for you. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
What is the most hotly contested topic on easy days for you guys?
Ooh, that's a tough one. We have this one guy who really likes to philosophize, so there's some dicey conversations that come up. I don't know. What do you think, Kace?
It really depends on the day and what's talked about at school that day, or like among group chats that day as well, because it could be anything.
That's big.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it really bounces. There's like 7 topics per run that just randomly just happen, and everyone forgets about them. I honestly have no idea. If I brought up the voodoo doll one, that would definitely be massively talked about. Might have to try that.
That one's hotly contested. You can't just drop that on an easy day. That's a long run conversation.
There's just no right answer, it seems like. That's why it's such a big controversy.
It all depends.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, those long.
I got one more question for you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
So here's the situation.
Yeah.
You are on a trail long run. It's winter. You are 2/3 into this run. Nature calls and you've got to answer. What are you wiping with? You have 3 options. You've got a smooth stone, a snowball, or a sock. What are you going with and why?
That is tough. I've used 2 out of 3. So I got a little bit of experience there. What kind of snowball are we talking though? Because there's a lot of different consistencies that you could have.
We're talking packed. We're talking a packed snowball.
Legit snowball. Okay. Depending on the nature of the expulsion that just happened, I think I'd go snowball. That's usually, if you get a really good packed, pile of snow, I think that's the way to go. You don't cost yourself a sock. Doesn't cost you money. You can just whip that thing. I gotta go snowball.
I mean, I've wiped with all 3. I've experienced all the roughness. So knowing myself in wintertime, I'll probably wear like a cheaper long sock as not to ruin a longer sock. Because winter long runs, you can run through some mud and stuff and really ruin socks. So I'm gonna have to go with my sock because you can really get a good clean. I mean, you sacrifice your foot being cold, but at the end of the day, it's rather have your foot be cold than have some extra stuff frozen to you.
Yeah, that's tough. That there's some suffering that happens there. But what about you? What you go to?
I think personally, having experienced what we've all experienced, we've all been there. I think if you can find a smooth stone, that's honestly your best bet
Really,
because you can clean yourself up pretty well. You don't have to sacrifice a sock to do it. And sometimes you just can't trust a snowball.
that's true. That's very true. Smooth stones are not that abundant though. You know, you got to go digging a little bit.
This is true. This is true. That's a gold mine situation.
If you find you're hitting the jackpot. If you find just a nice little, that means it's gonna be a good run.
Oh yeah.
Not just, yeah.
That is true.
Makes you think though. Makes you think. You got to be ready though, because nature does call.
At all times. I had a teammate in high school who used to carry toilet paper in his shorts every day just in case.
Genius.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to, because if you got some of that, or if your teammate does, I mean, that's just the best day ever.
Oh yeah.
You got toilet paper just out there on the long run. That's a winning situation.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, it's such a beautiful thing. But yeah, nature does call. Anyway, if that's all that you got, I think that's about all we had for you. Appreciate you coming on.
All right.
Yeah, with like zero notice. Yeah. Best of luck rest of the way this year.
All right. Thank you.
Well,
Good luck, boys.
We'll see you around, man.
Everyone who sees this on YouTube,
What's that?
don't forget to shout out Hunter Hillard in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you boys later.
Hillard. Anyway, see you later, man.
Hunter Hillard. See you, boys.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Hunter Hillard.
Happy birthday, dude. Man.
Great interview. Haven't met the guy before, but
Great interview. He's got some ideas, doesn't he?
he really does. So I guess we have to meet Hunter Hillard, because like
Who is Hunter Hillard? I have no idea.
I've never met the kid.
But it's his birthday. He's the king.
Again, 2 people have brought him up, so like he's basically famous.
He's super famous. Hold on. I want to pull him up real quick on Instagram. We got to see what this guy's all about.
You know, Hunter Hillard, if you're watching the show right now, come on our show.
Bro.
Honestly, like you're basically like
hold on. You know that question? You know that question thing we put on Instagram?
Yeah.
Hunter Hillard just now went on there and says, "Can we get a shout out for Hunter Hillard?" Right there. I'm gonna try to not show Ben's because that's really not appropriate.
So he just shouted himself out just now.
As we're filming, what a king!
Bro,
What an animal!
He's watching this. Bro, happy birthday.
Is he watching us? Does Hunter Hillard know voodoo?
What if he's in this Zoom call right now, and we just don't know?
Hunter, you dirty dog. I still gotta pull him up. I got distracted because he just randomly. Awesome. What a
He's
beast.
sliding in our DMs.
What a beast. All right, Hunter Hillard. Also, he goes to Olivet, so that's how they know each other.
Oh, that's fair.
Went to Charlotte.
Charlotte. I've raced against Charlotte a few times. Shoot, have I raced against him?
He's in my grade, so you definitely might have raced against him.
Shoot. Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
I can find out about him.
Maybe I've raced against him in a 4x8. Maybe.
I think you would know if you raced against him because, I mean, it's Hunter Hillard. Like, you just know. You just be like, oh, shoot, that's Hunter Hillard.
What was it? Kobe Blanco was a really big runner out of Charlotte, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Blanco, yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a few Kobe's. I just want to always make sure I get the right Kobe. I remember racing against him because he had that, if I remember correctly, he had that killer stash.
Against Cameron just now?
What?
Against Cameron you did? Like the guest?
I mean, I know I raced Kobe Blanco, but he had a great stash.
Oh, Kobe, you're talking. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Cameron. Oh, okay.
Our guest also had a great stash.
Hey, respect to that stash, man.
Bro, if you can have that racing stash,
That thing is happening.
you're unbeatable.
No, you don't. No, people with mustaches don't lose. You look at the results of races, it's mustache, 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 and then just peach fuzz.
Exactly.
That's why we don't go to D1 schools. Well, you do go to a D1 school, but that's why we're not national champions.
Michigan State represent.
If we had mustaches, who knows?
I mean, look at Craig Ingles.
We might be Craig Ingles. We might be Craig Ingles.
Shoot.
Wouldn't be a bad life.
No, wouldn't. No, wouldn't.
Championships? No, not at all. But man, we gotta have some more conversation with that guy. He some of those questions he asked the monkey question, I'm pretty sure, actually this week.
Nice. Yeah, honestly, we don't even have to have an interview with him. He just has to ask like some questions.
No, we gotta just hang out with him. We gotta invite him to whatever mile we do all the miles we do this summer. What if we wear Viper flies for the food mile?
So what? We're gonna spend $250 each for the food mile? Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let's be honest. We make cook money. We're not rich.
Here's the thing, though. As long as we make the winnings pot, like the grand prize, bigger than whatever it costs for the Viper flies, it works out because you just win the race.
But we do have that slight issue of if the pot is too big, you can't run as an amateur anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out.
How big is too big? We'll find out. We'll let you know.
Yep. Just NCAA. Don't watch the video.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It really is. That's really all there is to it. That's
a great time. We'll have to invite him out. Hunter Hillard. Have to invite him out.
Oh, he'll probably win it, but I don't even. It happens.
Oh, honestly.
He'll still be there. I mean, he's Hunter Hillard.
But we also had the MSU boys say they wanted to come out, or at least that's what Penske said a while back. So like.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, we'll get him out there. We get all the boys out there.
So that means we have to do we have to make divisions, like college division and
we might have to make divisions.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, I'll be home in a little over 2 months now. Beginning of May, I'll be there, so we can start cranking those out.
That's crazy. It's so soon.
Oh, semester's flying by.
Yeah, that first year of college flies by.
A lot of things happen.
You really kind of forget how fast it flies by too. You just kind of sit down one day and you're like, oh dang, it's done.
Oh no, college is over. I gotta go exist in the world, try to survive, running around, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. We're not there yet, but we're almost there.
It's been 1 year since we started planning our trips to like parks and stuff. Like random parks.
Yeah. Yeah, the last day of high school, at least for me, was the 13th, which 4 days it'll be a year ago. I can't wrap my head around that.
That flew by. Like it feels like yesterday I was moving out of my dorm because of the shutdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Yeah. It's crazy. Time moves. Time cooks.
That it does. That it does.
Well, that'll be fun to see all the boys again from back home.
For sure.
Food miles. Just gallivant around Shiawassee County. As we do.
We'll have to make a trip out to Boston potentially, though.
Go see Tyler. Bro, that'd be so much fun. We just all pile in a car and just go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the leaders of society should allow that, but they will, because they don't know what they're doing to themselves. So that'd be a fun time. That'd be a real fun time.
For sure.
We'll have to make a return trip to Campsite F, part 3, or really part 4, because you guys, part 3.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler and I went on our own once, but.
Yeah, me and Tyler did too, like 2 summers ago. So.
Oh, that's the first time.
Part 4 for Tyler. He's just a veteran of Campsite F.
Yeah. Oh, we found a new park. It's called Henderson Park.
What's it called?
Henderson Park.
Is that like northwest of the county?
Probably.
Like up north and west of Owasso? Hold on.
Probably. I don't know.
I've definitely never been there, but I think I know what you're talking about.
We passed it once. We saw a sign for it.
Me and you did?
No. I think it was at least me and Tyler saw it. Maybe Troy. I can't remember who was in the car.
Do you remember where you were going?
No. We were just driving. As you do. As you do with the boys.
Oh, yeah, I found it. Yeah, it's right on the Shiawassee River. Like straight north of Owasso.
So we'll have to head out there one day and check it out.
Gotta hit all the parks. All the parks.
All the parks in Shiawassee County.
Oh, yeah. We're getting there. Yeah, check it out. Cannot wait for those days.
No, sir.
It's going to be a fun time. Going to be a real fun time.
Hopefully 5Ks open back up so I can finally get back out racing again because I haven't raced in forever.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be fun to watch, too. Back at some road races.
Yeah, because I've had a time trial, but a time trial is not the same.
Oh, no. It doesn't. The adrenaline you get when that gun goes off is just incomparable.
Exactly.
You know it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I haven't run a road race in forever. I mean, it's been years. I don't even know the last time. Probably 2018.
Yeah, shoot.
Anyway, it looks like we're running out of time on this meeting here because we're not rich. We don't pay for the upgraded version. We pay for or we don't pay. We get the basic version.
Yep.
So that's the way that goes. Anyway, man, it's good seeing you as always.
Yeah. Keep me updated on your meet this Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we have a inter squad thing this Saturday, and then the real meet is 2 weeks from now.
Heck, you can just keep me updated on that inter squad stuff. That's
Yeah, definitely.
Finally racing again.
That's right. That's all that matters. Yeah,
it really is.
Posted there. Anyway, keep grinding. We'll see you guys next week.
Out to Hunter Hillard.
Hunter Hillard.